Hey guys, what's up? It's Clary Berry. It's time to do the DM readings, so I hope you guys are ready for Divine Masculine time. Divine Masculine time. Okay, so let's do one more shuffle and then we'll just jump right in here. And we got You Are Good Enough, full moon in Virgo. Okay, interesting. Got some Virgo energy coming through for some reason. So, let's see what else we got here. This is a general reading. Take what resonates, ditch what doesn't. If you want a personal reading, I have those available at claryberry.com. Spread your wings. Do not hold back right now. The timing is perfect and you are ready to soar. I love this. I feel this. Had kind of a good vibe coming into this reading here. Spread your wings. Don't hold back. The timing is getting perfect, okay? It's right, and you are good enough. Everything is ready. You know, you're ready to soar. You're ready to... Oh my gosh, we got the egg. Now we have a black egg. We had a gold egg before, and now we have a black egg. That is very, very interesting. Okay, this is a gift too. Our shadow is a gift. Just gonna say that. Our shadow is a gift. Okay, do not be scared of the shadow. The shadow is your friend. The shadow is your tool. It's your best piece of like alignment. Okay, so yes, we still have some Ten of Swords energy with the Divine Masculine. We are not over this. Okay, things are still going on with these Ten of Swords. We've had the Ten of Swords for months, and it was all building up to this Corona stuff, and it's like we haven't had them a whole bunch lately, but it's still here. And I think it's really coming through for Divine Masculine. I think they're definitely having some sort of a humbled state. They had a situation, you know, it's like almost like their worst. Like there's a bad, you know, there's some things going on, you know, there's some pain here. There's some worry. Okay, and it's really being caught up, you know, kind of too in the thoughts, in the worry, in the fear, in the, you know, possible other, you know, there might be some anger or some just confusion caused by other issues, trauma, things like that. Okay, but I think Divine Masculine is kind of, you know, maybe kind of was at a crossroads, but kind of has to just deal with, you know, the situation. And I think that, you know, in one way, you know, they want so much and they want to be able to have everything the way that it should be, but it's just like not working out that way, you know, because of different extremes, you know. And again, we have to just kind of look back. I'm getting shadow work from the past. Like you can do, you don't only have to do the inner child healing on the past. You can do shadow work on the past. So that's just a pro tip as well. When I speak of shadow work and the inner child healing, I do have a program about that. I also have a playlist. The program that I have actually goes through the holistic law of attraction, and then it goes through shadow work, and then it goes through the inner child healing. It's all set up to make you evolve in such a way, you know, where you get past a lot of this, you know, these issues and this pain, and you learn, you know, where it comes from and why it keeps reoccurring in your life and how you can deal with it very, very easily, actually. And again, the shadow work is super easy, super fast, super effective. It just kind of flips a switch and it happens. And, you know, again, there's definitely something extreme going on, kind of, but through it all, I think it is a situation where Divine Masculine just wants their person. They just want their opposite, you know. They just want that, you know, they need their person, you know, to be balanced out too. I think they're really missing, and it's to them, it's getting to the point where it's logical. It's right in front of their eyes. It's what they want, you know, and it's just part of reason, you know, now, because they know it, because it's just how things are. Okay, but there's definitely this sense again of like working through something here. Okay, something went maybe some kind of way, and there might be some kind of extreme in life, whatever that is. Okay, some kind of tower moment, Okay, that's funny. Okay, and it's just part of life, really, to a certain point, but I want you to use it. How does it make you feel? The way you feel is the tool to get inside, to get down deep, and to fix it with inner healing. So I think that, the more that divine masculine is going through issues, the more both sides should really just go within as much as possible. Meditation, affirmations. Let's see what's going on right now. Okay, Hierophant. Yeah, kind of the reaction here was to be, really focus on something. And again, this is focusing on the emotions. The emotions are really leading the way here, okay? And that, I think that gets to a point where basically what happens is divine masculine kind of ignores their emotions for a really long time and tries to just be on their head and do what is, mentally correct, logic over everything. And they realize that that doesn't exactly work, because they do too, have their own, extreme, feelings that they just need to recognize. They need to just sit back, and sometimes divine masculine, again, doesn't feel. They just want to do the logical thing. They just want to do the smart thing. And then if they deny their emotions so much, then there's going to be something, again, that's going to happen. And we do have a Tower card in reverse here, so very important, or it happens later on, in the future. Okay, after so much, of this logical life, supposedly, but it's using your brain and not using your emotions. But then after the Tower moment happens, when you have something, when divine masculine has something happen that is not good, you refocus. You have to refocus, and you have to kind of, it's almost like the floodgates are coming down. The emotions are able to come through now. They have to come through. There's no holding them back. And again, any kind of meditation, just to be in that peaceful, receptive state, to see what bubbles up, see what comes up, what needs to be worked on first will bubble up first, just naturally. So again, quiet the mind, still the mind, and really focus your attention on your emotions so that you can learn from them at this time. That's the thing that we need to remember, is that everything can be a tool. Like I was saying, the black egg, this is the shadow work, that you do when you, and it's based off of emotions too. It's all emotion based, because when you do shadow work, you're looking at the times when you are judging people, when you are mad and angry and feeling some type of way about somebody, So those are clues, and those are what helps us to fly. It's like the opposites attract. You've got to have the polarity of the battery. You've got to have the inner side figured out before, everything comes together on the outer. But it is coming. And again, there is there's movement, with whatever divine masculine might be going through. And again, if you haven't heard from them lately, or they haven't been themselves and you don't know, just remember, to be that rock. And if you have that unconditional love, then you have that unconditional love. And it's kind of like giving that emotional support back to, your person. Just kind of being that understanding. Again, just being that friend. So Hierophant as well. Okay, I'm just going to leave that there. And we're going to jump into, okay, so in the Hierophant, we have a Hierophant who is, highly curious here, wanting to get to the bottom of things. It's too many. Wanting to solve, the world's problems and bring peace to all men, having this outlook, having this positive, purpose-driven, again, trying to get to the bottom of things. Curiosity. In this case, curiosity does not kill the cat. Curiosity helps you to do something that you've always wanted to do. You know what I mean? To fly, to be that magical, majestic being that you know that you are, if you truly believe that you are. You got to get over this not good enough complex, which again is part of the 10 of Swords on both sides, these deep-seated beliefs, that gets stuck in there. And it's like, nope, that's not the right one. Let's go ahead and clean that. Let's go ahead and clean that out. That's not right. Okay, so we're going to look at this. Yeah, so we have a situation where our beliefs, again, I was just talking about it, and then we have it here too. Okay, we got the High Priestess twice. So we really have to look at the structures. We have to keep looking at the structures. What do you believe? Stop believing. The whole point, people are just thinking the same as they were before. And they're just changing things for their narrative. But we need to drop everything like from before and really get to the bottom of what is in the now. And we need to ditch these old systems of beliefs that don't serve us and make a new truth. Okay, our old, the old truth just doesn't apply. We've got to readjust. We've got to kind of get grounded in the present moment and just feel, what the energies want you to do, and you will feel it. Stuff will bubble up once you just kind of allow it to. You don't need to get I think right now a lot of input and answers from other people and from other sources. It's kind of like really stop going by the dogma and what everybody else is telling you and start to kind of get your own gauge on what is going on. And that is the way that you do that, is really stay on your toes figuratively here with your mental and your emotional. We really just have to focus it, and the way we do that, clean it out. Clean out that old gunk, clean out that old energy that's blocking, could be blocking you in the mental, could be blocking you in the emotional, probably both, from old traumas or from just old situations where you picked up things that, weren't true about life or yourself or love or the way the world works. Things of this nature, what you expect, your beliefs set up, this expectation about what you're going to get. And we have to realize how powerful that expectation is. We have to realize how powerful. So when focused, and again, the way we focus this is all screaming shadow work. Shadow work has been coming in hard. So if you haven't done it, you got to take a look. And again, start over at the playlist. It's free right here on YouTube. Just go over to my playlist, go to Shadow Work playlist, check it out, and start doing it. You can't just watch the videos either. You got to practice it. But again, it's just a little bit of time invested in yourself. It's going to make you rise up in your confidence and your abilities, your ability to do the right thing. You may have to be a bitch, but you're going to get it done. That's kind of the energy here. And you're going to stare it in the face. You're not going to back away and be afraid of your shadow and you're not going to let your shadow override you either. That's kind of the alternate. If we don't kind of take care and do the shadow work and check ourselves in a way, then our shadow can really overrun us in ways. And that's when we get sucked into the ego. You know what I mean? And then so let's look at solutions specifically. Okay, so we got the Magician. Wow, I'm having deja vu here. I wanted to take 6 for some reason. Okay, and we got another Tower moment and another 10. So here it's alluding to the cycle because these are the cards that we had earlier. So it's saying, that even if we try for a little bit and then coming back to doing the old things, we need to really be careful. There has to be, if we can't basically rise, to the occasion, then the same thing's going to be happening here. Okay, kind of over and over again. So we need to take this seriously is what's really coming through. We need to take the work seriously. Okay, there's a little bit of an ominous energy, but it's also just straight up truth, because you are good enough and you are, particularly set up for this type of work. I mean, we interact with our environment, and this is how we do it. And it's the holistic law of attraction that works in combination with the shadow work. Okay. And it's so important to use these together as a tool. I'm realizing more and more every day that it's the combination and the feedback that we get when we do those two together, and they can really help us overcome that cycle. We don't have to be, keep on going in and always having these, like, that's just what you're going to get. And this is saying, yeah, some people haven't done the work, and this is why we're having recurring tower moments. Okay. And ultimately, our collective is not doing work, like the big, broader collective, not just like the collective in this video. Okay, but that's again why we're here. And even the little things that we do and that we are able to manifest, and that we're able, and that we bring into our lives, the bliss that we're able to find in the midst of everything, can really lead us to a better place. So really pay attention, and use your senses, use your feelings as a tool to figure out which way to go when you're stuck. If you want to go, again, kind of in this right direction, you know what I mean? Because there's definitely like this way and a that way. And again, you can't keep running from it. The shadow work is easy. Just jump right in. It's not a big deal. And it's going to prevent so many of these tower moments, from happening. This is the cycle that causes, the tower moments. And we had this before, and it has to do with, again, these certain beliefs and expectations. And, again, for divine masculine, kind of this hiding of these emotions. And this is really learning how to make the emotions work for you, how to use the emotions, again, as a tool in a logical way, putting it to a framework and getting the most out of it to where you are making better decisions. And, even your person here is making better decisions now because of this work that you're doing. The shadow work will help you clear out all of this Ten of Swords energy. Okay? So be gentle with each other. Again, love each other up. Be that rock, because it doesn't matter. I'm really getting the sense of you're here for me, I'm here for you. Like, we know, there's a deeper level. It's like, that you're a match, even on a deeper level somehow right now. And again, you're kind of be in connection with that feeling. The more that you do the work, it'll keep you guided, it'll keep you focused and doing the things that you really want to do for union, and not the things that you've always thought you were supposed to do in a relationship, which again are the things that we want to let go of. We don't want to deal with that. This is new world time. We make our own rules, we write our own stories, and we march to the beat of our own drums. Okay? And we make our own, belief systems based on what we see, what we feel, what we know. Okay? And we want to use that logic and reason, but we also want to follow our bliss and let our emotions help to kind of drive our actions, and our make it that part of our ambition, but having that be on track, emotions and filtered emotions, which is having done the shadow work on them, and having that peace, having that purpose, knowing what's going on, doing the efficient thing, doing the smart thing, doing the right thing. Okay, we got 2 tower moments as well. 2 Hierophants, 2 tower moments. So really, really, really has to do with the dogma. People are accepting beliefs right now without actually thinking them through. They are just, again, basing it on their emotions or what they are doing. I mean, just be there for each other too, though, and don't let anybody get sucked down into, the negative spaces, if at all possible. And it's an opportunity, to stop up and color, the future, help paint the energy, help share the energy, help spread the energy, the healing energy. Because think about when you have a million people, in the same position, all being also socially conditioned to avoid their emotions, and therefore everybody's popping off. Imagine if we had the divine masculine as a collective that was being able, to check themselves with shadow work, honestly, to use, it is a gift. It is a gift for humanity. And that's part of the thing about, we need to share this. We need to spread our wings and open our voices, about this. I think that, the more we talk to people about it, is probably a really good idea. Okay. And again, oh, look, wow, I did shuffle and we got all the same cards. Okay. Maybe I didn't shuffle good enough, but it's just a very clear message again that these are very important. Okay. Focusing on the holistic law of attraction, focusing on what we really, really want, not being superficial, but again, following your deepest desires, what you truly want, and knowing that, and having spent the time to actually figure that out, because there's a message encoded, in that deep DNA of who you are and what you want. It's all in there. And that's why, you be yourself, you allow yourself to be yourself. And also there's this familial, something about your family, kind of rubbing off on you, and there's ancestors again that are with you and that are also within your DNA, where you're the legacy, of them, and using what we have here, using any tool that we have, reading any book, I'm getting like these astrology books or something. It's like using those and reading them and deciding that we're going to all, it's the overlying, a lot of it has to do again with this overlying belief. I see a lot of times people try to do, when they try to do the holistic law, or when they try to do the law of attraction, they do it in a very focused way. They're like, money, I'm going to get money, cold hard cash in my hand, or whatever it is, a check, right, in my bank account. And they're not focusing on all of their energy. That's why we call it the holistic law of attraction, because we're not only applying this to our financial sector. That's not how we're working this, and that's not how it works. We need to have, again, the broad picture, the bigger scope of things, with the understanding, the if you want to really have the money, then instead of thinking about the cash, you would think about yourself, and all of your life as a successful, like business or whatever it is, like being very successful and having lots of money, and how, the whole way of how you want that to be. And the trick is to not be superficial about it and not get off track by whatever is bringing us off track. Again, I think that there's probably some, again, with all the emotional blockage and then big flow that we had, it's probably something, that's emotional, again, that wasn't being dealt with. And we can't let divine masculine, or again, the divine masculine of ourselves, get to that point where we are denying our emotions. We just really have to pay attention to them. It's a gift, it is a gift to pay attention to. And every little emotion you want to honor, and you want to honor yourself. If you're having a negative emotion, remove yourself from that situation right away. Bam, point blank, period. Enter, new paragraph. Let's go to a new chapter. Let's go to the new book. Book's over, write a new book. Doing these things in this new way if you want to have these new results. Okay, and it's a commitment. I want you to make a commitment to shadow work right now, please. Go to the shadow work. You can learn so much about shadow work just from the playlist. If you want more, if you want to be a shadow work pro, again, it's embedded in the program, claireberry.com. Check it out. So yeah, this is pretty much, I think, getting to the basics of what is going on. Remember, your shadow is a gift. You may think you're just being the times when you falter, you may just think that's just happening, but it's there to show you something. It's there for you to learn. It's there for you to get better. It's there for you to fly. You're good enough. You're more than good enough. You are amazing being here. And, I want to thank you for being here, being a part of my dream, being a part of, the good stuff here going on. helping people, awaken to the way that, life works and the beauty of it and how we can really get behind it. And again, work with it, work with the laws of the universe, and work with our own emotions to make our actions kind of correct, coming right, coming straight. And, there's a lot of excitement here. I think there's a lot of hope coming through because we keep getting our 10 of Cups again, but it's follow the feelings. The feelings are guiding the way. And as much as we have maybe neglected our feelings lately, again, it's like maybe be a little bit hyper focused on them and figure it out. Because shadow work is where it's at right now. Okay, we can get to the healing work later, the inner healing work later. Again, the first part of the program is holistic law of attraction and the shadow work. So that's what we have here. It's gonna really help you, to judge a decision, maybe stop things from getting to a certain emotional point before, it's like gather the facts before you come to a full emotional decision. And, our emotions really always do affect us. But again, letting them get out of control is something that we want to watch out for. Okay, and you got to keep it positive. And I think there was an issue, maybe possibly with like a burnout situation. Somebody just went, too hard. They just went too hard, and then everything just kind of collapsed. And at that point, you don't feel good enough, but you are. And the more, that we reverberate that and are kind of there, just this strong, feminine, receptive, loving, and again, you're writing your story. You are creating the picture of what is it that you want. What is that image? What does it mean to you? Is there meaning to it too? Or is it haphazard? This is like most people don't focus on their own lives. They just go with the flow. They don't actually put focus into, I'm going to be this way, I'm going to do this. They just kind of roll with the tumbleweed or something, you know what I mean? And we have to be ourselves here. We have to really paint our own picture relative to us. What truly do you want to do? What truly makes you happy? And again, shadow work gets you to this realistic level. Doesn't cut you down. It can build you up, actually, sometimes. It evens things out. It flips the switch. You gotta just try it. Okay. So anyway, again, very much about the combination of the shadow work and the the abundant holistic law of attraction. The holistic law of attraction mixes with the shadow work when you do it, and it helps you with this purpose, with keeping everything on track and with that focus, and what you're drawn to. It helps keep it pure. So that's it. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Please let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns, etc. You can drop it down below in the comments or email me as well. Again, all the links, everything you need to know is at claryberry.com. And much love, many blessings. Take care, and I'll talk to you guys real soon. Bye.